So a few months ago, I was drowning in repetitive tasks. Every day, my inbox was filling up with emails, invoices, and reminders, and I was spending hours just clicking, downloading, and copy-pasting. And one day, I asked myself, isn't there a smarter way to do that? And that's basically how I discovered automation. Since then, I was diving into different tools, and then I realized something. Automation isn't just for big companies or tech experts. It's something anyone can use to save hours of boring work and finally focus on what really matters. Hi, my name is Victoria and welcome to my channel. Just recently I got into the world of AI and honestly, I fell in love with it. My dream is to one day open an AI automation agency, and on this channel I will take you along on my journey. Here I will share everything I learned. How to save time, reduce boring tasks, and make both work and life much easier with automation. In today's video, I will share the absolute basics of automation. As simple as possible, no coding, and no tech jargon. By the end of this video, you will understand what automation is, why it matters, and how you can easily start with tools like Zapier, Make, or n8n right away. What is automation? Imagine this. Every morning you turn on the lights, make coffee, check your email, and open the weather app. Automation is like having a helper that does it all for you, automatically. In short, automation means you set up a process once and then it runs by itself again and again. Every automation has three parts. First is trigger. Trigger means that something happens. For example, arrival of an email. Second, action. Action is what should happen, so for example, saving an attachment from this email. And finally, result. Here we are speaking about the outcome of this situation. For example, the file neatly stored at Google Drive. Think of it like dominoes. One falls and the rest follow. We all use automation without even noticing it. Think of phone notifications, automatic bank transfers, or smart home lights. Automation is already around you, so now it's time to use it for your work and life. Okay, but how do you actually build an automation? That's where the tools come in. And the best part? You don't need to code. Zapier, the simplest tool, super beginner friendly, and lets you connect apps in minutes. Make.com, more visual, flexible, cheaper at scale. Great if you like building workflows step by step with full control. However, remember that they are both on subscription. And my favorite, n8n. Open source, self-hostable, cost-effective, and the most versatile if you want professional-level automations. Lots of integrations. Personally, if I were you, I would start with n8n since it's the most versatile and cost-effective. So let me show you a simple but powerful example in n8n. Hi again, today we will build a simple workflow and I have chosen n8n to show you how it works and how easy it actually is. I host my n8n on Railway and in the next video I will go into details on how to install it. Today we'll build a really simple workflow and today I will show you how it exactly works. So this is a really random simple invoice created by ChatGPT, and what I will do with that is that I will send it to myself as an email. And the role of the workflow will be to save this PDF into my Google Drive folder. So the invoice is here, and here is my Google folder. There's nothing there yet. And yeah, let's put something in. So back to the n8n, let's create the first step. The first step will be, of course, Gmail trigger. So let's find one here. Okay, and of course it will be on message received. Okay, so first, you have to set up a credential. I will go into detail on how to do that in another video. For now, I have already connected my Gmail account to the n8n. So that's it. Okay, then I will leave the mode and I will leave the event as it is. However, I will unclick the simplify because we need options. And we need to click download attachments because we want to download the file and we have to turn it on. Okay, now it's turned on. So let's fetch the test event. And now, as you see, this is the email that I sent to myself. To paint the picture for you, this is exactly this email. As you see, here's some simple content and here's the file. Okay, but coming back to n8n. So we have all this data, but actually what interests us the most is those binary data, and this is here. Let's leave it for now, and we have to add a another node, and that will be, of course, Google Drive. Okay, and here we need to click on upload the file, because this is what we want to do. We want to upload it to our Google folder. Okay, as you see, the attachment is already there. Okay, so first, of course, you need to set up the credentials. I have already connected mine with my Google Drive account. Resource will be, of course, file. We need to change the operation here because we want to upload this file. Okay, then we need to change the parent folder, and that will be the one that I have shown you, Invoices 2025. And then what you need to do, you need to put here the binary data, and the binary data in this case will be just the name of this attachment. So let's copy that and put it there. And actually that's it. So now let's execute the whole workflow that we have here. Okay, so the workflow has been executed correctly. So now let's see if we have something in our drive. And yes, there is this invoice. Let's see. And yeah, everything is perfectly executed. That's basically it. Just two simple nodes, and we have a really nice workflow, thanks to which we can save our invoices in one folder on Google Drive. From now on, workflow runs every time. You never have to manually download and organize invoices again. That's the real power of automation. Set it once and it works forever. Hi everyone, I'm Victoria and welcome back to my channel. In the last video we talked about the basics of automation and why it matters. Today we are going hands-on with one of the most powerful tools out here, n8n. Today I will show you how n8n works step by step, how to set it up and how to self-host it on Railway, so you can run it 24/7 without worrying about high costs. By the end of this video you will not only understand n8n, but you will have it running and ready to build your own automations. Let's dive in. Okay, so we are now in n8n and let's see how it works. So every workflow, as you know, starts with a trigger, so we can choose this one, trigger manually, and data usually moves as JSON between the nodes. JSON, what is JSON? JSON is a lightweight format for storing and exchanging data written in key value pairs that both humans and machines can easily read. Here we connect our trigger with the rest of the nodes, so we can add another one. And what can nodes do? Nodes can, for example, transform data. An example of such node would be set. It is here, and it looks like that. Nodes can also call APIs. So an example of such a node would be HTTP requests. We can put it here instead of set. Please have a look. And as I mentioned in the previous video, n8n has lots of integrations. You can integrate, for example, with Gmail, Google Drive, OpenAI, and etc. Let's see if we can add it here. Yeah. In this part of the video, I will show you how to self-host n8n on Railway. I think that Railway has the best and probably the cheapest servers for that. So yeah, let's dive in. First, of course, we need to sign in. I will create a new account with you, so we'll see. Okay. Okay, so we are signed in. Now we have to agree some terms. And when you go into templates and then automation, you will find n8n. This is what we want to deploy and set up. Okay, so in order to use Railway, you have to pay $5 and then your account will be ready. I am still on Hobby plan and I think that is perfectly fine. If you want more, then you can use the Pro plan, which is $20, as you see. So we click here. yeah, of course, add your card information and then your plan is ready. After you pay, you should go to My Projects and then you should find one project left. Okay, and then you will get something like this. You need to click on the primary. This is where you will find the link to your n8n. And then when you click on that link, you get your n8n. Of course, yours will be empty. Here are already some projects that I have done in the past. And when you want to start, just simply click here, create workflow, and then everything is set. We will also further learn about some nodes. One of them will be Webhook. But before we begin, what is Webhook? A webhook is a way for one app to instantly send data to another app through a specific URL whenever an event happens. Okay, so we have our empty n8n. We have to add first step, so the trigger, and we'll start with aforementioned webhook. Okay, so now how to set it? Yeah, the method will be get and the path will be hello. Okay, so for now I leave also the respond with immediately because we want to see whether that will work. But later, when we will have the node respond to webhook, we will need to change it to this one using respond to webhook node. But for now, let's leave it that way. And let's listen for test event. Okay, let's copy this link and see how it works. Okay, so we have the information, workflow was started, that's great, and everything worked. Okay, so now we'll have to add another node, and that will be set. This is where we'll put our message. Okay, so what we need to do here, of course, the name will be message. This is the category, and the value will be hello from n8n. Okay, and here that's it. So let's test it once again. Okay, everything works. So now we'll add our final node, and this is respond to webhook. Okay, we will need to add some property, and of course it will be put response in field, and we'll put here the JSON message that we have here. So I think it will be easier for us to put it in schema. Let's try it that way. If it doesn't work, we'll change that. So I'm putting it here. Of course, we need to choose the expression because with fix it won't copy that easily. Okay, and as I mentioned you before, we need to now, since we have this node, change respond to using respond to webhook node. And now let's execute the workflow, see if it works. I will refresh the page. Yeah, okay, so it works. Hello from n8n, that's our message. Hi, it's Victoria and welcome back to my channel. As you know, n8n has lots of integrations and that's wonderful. However, in order to fully benefit from them, we need to connect our accounts to the platform. And it might be a little complicated. So today I will show you one of the trickiest integrations in my opinion, so how to connect Google account to n8n. Okay, so we are in n8n already. As you know, n8n has nodes, so first we need to start with a trigger. So let's add it here. And today I will use on-chat message, but that won't matter much. Just we needed to add another node of Gmail. Can we send a message? Okay, and we'll create a new credential. You can click here. So before we put data here, we need to set up an account in our Google Cloud Console. And once you log in, you should be here and we have to start a project. So we will click my first project here. Okay, and let's create a new project here. So I will just put today's date here. And it's done. Okay, so let's choose this project. So we'll click here, this interface API and services. Okay, and let's go to the library. Okay, and let's find Gmail here. And we need to turn on Gmail API. Okay, so now our Gmail API should work. Now let's go here. We need to configure and in this place we need to put the name of our application, so n8n, and here we put our email, and here we choose external users, and then we put contact information. So again, I would just choose another account of mine, accept, and okay, and this is also set. Now we click into brand elements. We have here some information that we put the previous time. So now we'll finally connect n8n to Gmail. So we need here the link to our application, and we'll copy that from here, HTTP. Okay, and we need to add the domain. So here we put the link with HTTP, and here in the place of the domain we put it without HTTP and we put it without slashes, so like that. So once it's done, everything is ready here. So now we move on. Okay, so now we go to APIs and services here, and once we are back, we need to click on our login data. Okay, so we need to click here, so create login data, and we'll choose this one, so identification of the client of OAuth. So we need to choose the type of application, and we'll choose internet application because n8n is one. Okay, so before we do anything more here, we need to go back to n8n, and we need to copy that link that we have here. So it's copied, and we go back and we click add URI and put it here. And now we are able to create it. So we need to copy now client identification to n8n, and that is here, and our secret password. And now we click sign in with Google, and we choose our account that we want to connect. So we got an error and our access is blocked, so let's see what's up, and we need to troubleshoot that. So let's go back to Google. Okay, and here we need to click audience in our project. Here we have the section test users, and we need to click add users. I will add here the account that I want to connect to n8n. Maybe that was my mistake. Okay, and let's try once again. Let's sign in with Google. Choose the account. Here it says that the app wasn't verified by Google, but that's fine. We can click next. And we have to agree on all of that. And let's go. Okay, so account is connected. The account is connected. As you see, there are lots of steps. You just have to figure out several things, but once you do that, yeah, it looks quite easy. So we have it connected, so now we can work on our n8n. We can not only do Gmail, but also Google Drive. We can add other Google applications like Google Ads, Google Chat, Google Docs, books, tasks, and etc. and etc. So there are plenty of options, and thanks to this connection we can use them all.